Hello, Town of Pendleton Fall Harvest Festival vendors. This video is outlining the drop off and pickup procedures for next weekend's festival. We're so excited and can't wait to see you there. The date for this year's Fall Harvest Festival is next Saturday, October 25th, 2025, from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. The weather's looking good, so we'll keep our fingers crossed that all is well for that date. It is rain or shine. And so far, the weather is looking great. This first section, we're going to talk a little bit about vendor guidelines and things to be aware of during the event day. As a vendor, it's your responsibility for collecting and reporting any appropriate taxes related to your business. Vendors must collect and report South Carolina sales tax. If you do not have a South Carolina sales tax number, you must apply for one. If you need a form, copies are available at the Pendleton Town Hall. It is not the responsibility of the Pendleton Fall Harvest Festival Committee or staff to collect and report taxes. All food vendors must follow the SC DHEC regulations and fill out our food truck form. You should have received an email with those festival regulations on it. The vendor list has been sent to the South Carolina Department of Agriculture, so they may show up to the event. So please be sure that you follow those regulations sent in that handout. Vendors that participate at this festival do hold the town of Pendleton harmless. You signed a clause when you registered, so please be sure you understand you're participating at your own risk and that sponsors and the town do not accept responsibility for any losses or damages for the event. In terms of equipment and supplies, vendors are responsible for their own setup and breakdown, including tables, tents, chairs, extension cords. Tents and displays should be appropriately secured in the event of strong winds. We do not provide sandbags or grounding for any tents in the event space. Vendor booth space is 10 by 10. If you have requested multiple spots, so 2 10 by 10 spots, they will be directly next to each other as indicated on the map. Setup should not exceed that 10 by 10 space. So remember, you can't extend any tables outside of that area. Vendor signage should represent the vendor only and no other businesses. This event is alcohol and tobacco free, so please be wary of that for this event, as well as no pets in the event area. Of course, service animals are welcome. The event is kind of lengthy, so we want to let you know a little bit about the restroom situation for this event. There are public restrooms at the town of Pendleton. They are located on East Queen Street behind the Pendleton Bookstore. So that's in between Vaqueros and Pendleton Bookstore. There is a public restroom that you can use back there. There will also be portalet restrooms available in Buddy Durham's parking lot. Just to note that town merchants are not required to allow event goers or vendors to use their restroom. We kindly ask you to not request restroom access with town establishments and use the portalets and public restrooms indicated previously. All right, so for this section, I'm actually going to hop on here and present because it's so important to understand how the flow of traffic will operate on Friday and Saturday. It'll both be the same setup. The times are different, obviously. On Friday, we're going to be entering between 3 and 6, and then on Saturday from 7 until 9:30 in the morning. I do want to let you know on Friday, that time from 3 to 6, there is a lot of traffic throughout town. So just be wary of that you may end up hitting some delays because of traffic in the area. On Saturday morning, it tends to be a little less congested due to the time there. So your options are Friday or Saturday. If you did register for one and want to attend the other, it is no problem. Just come on down. When you arrive to your check-in area, and we will look at those in a moment, you want to let them know your business name and your vendor number if you have it. That vendor number was sent to you in an email, and you can refer to your number on the map as to which area you want to check in. So once again, We've got Saturday or Friday as options. Friday, we do have a Pendleton police officer who will be manning the area, but it's super important that we do put our items away and not leave them completely staged so that they are nice and secure, because that security is in the area and moving back and forth the overnight shift, but they will not be at every single 10. So let's be sure that we cover everything and keep it out of the way from people who may have sticky fingers. We also want to remind you that we need to unload quickly from our areas and get out of the staging area. There are over 100 vendors who will be coming and unloading. So if you imagine all those vehicles in the area, super important to get to where you need to go, and not to pass your section, because reversing in the area is extremely dangerous. So we ask that you drive slowly once you check in and get to your spot. So let's look at this map together. So if you look at this map here, if you are number vendors 1 through 58, you are going to be entering here. All right, so right here on Exchange Street, and you're going to be coming down Exchange Street, heading towards Main Street. Everyone will exit out of Main Street here, where this little curve is, the curved arrow. So if you are 1 through 58, you'll be entering at Exchange Street. Your check-in point is right here. So you can come down here and take a left or a right into this staging area. On Main Street, you have to enter Main Street from this side of Broad, so on South Broad. There'll be areas lined up here. You will be turned away if you try to come up the other side of Broad. So remember, you need to go, you can either come all the way around Mechanic Street to South Broad, but you want to line up here, and then you're going to be taking a right onto Main Street here, East Main Street. So this is for 59 through 102. As well as our food trucks indicated here, Vampire Penguin, Street Eats, Mojo's, Sheep Shack, the Waffles, and Fuel. So everyone's going to be entering that way. Super important that we all move the same direction and that we don't miss our spots so that we can keep everything nice and safe. So just a reminder, on Saturday, we will begin letting you in at 7 a.m. and we will finish at 9:30. I've got some pictures here of what it looks like at those check-in points, and let's look at those together. So this is vendors 1 through 58. So you see here that this is Mechanic Street to East Queen. You're going to take a right onto Exchange. Or if you're coming this direction, you're going from either North or South Broad Street to East Queen, and you're going to be taking a left onto Exchange. So if you're familiar with the town, this is what that intersection looks like. And this orange square is where our check-in person will be standing. If you are vendor 59 through 102, you are going to be coming onto Broad Street and you're going to be waiting in the staging area. So where this white line is here, that is where you're going to be queued. So there's going to be an area marked off for you to queue and ready for check-in. So there you go. And then you're going to be taking a right onto East Main Street. Let's take a look at that here. So it's super important when we're talking about Broad Street that we are not going to let you in if you come where these X's are. You have to come down this side of Broad and take a right onto Main Street. That's what this is indicating here. And then everybody's going to be exiting after unloading this direction. So we're all going down East Main, back on to East Queen Street. So be sure, Mechanic Street. Everybody come down Main Street and coming and taking a right or left onto Mechanic Street. Super important that we follow the map so that we can all get out of here nice and safe after the festival. Once you unload your items, you will have parking QR codes on the back of your parking passes. There are 4 designated parking spots for vendors. The first one is the Pendleton Town Hall at 310 Greenville Street. Like I said, there will be a QR code you can scan to get there. There will be a golf cart shuttle that will run from Town Hall to the next destination, the Pendleton Dental Care, and then to the event festival area. So super easy place to park, lots of space. I encourage that. You can also park, like I said, at the Pendleton Dental Care parking lot, which is 216 East Main Street, and a shuttle will pick you up there. Or there is on-street parking on South Broad and North Broad as available.
Thank you for watching. If you have questions or concerns the day of the event, please text or call Lindsay at 864-958-8078. Thank you. We are so excited for this event and look forward to great weather and great vendors.